variety of guests and of course your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and of course your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, St. Kitts and Nevis. Good evening, Leeward Islands. Good evening, OECS. Good evening to the Caribbean. And once we step out of the Caribbean, we then have to start thinking good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to you wherever you are in God's beautiful world, God's beautiful planet. And as I normally say, today is yesterday in some place somewhere around the world, and today is also tomorrow at the same time in some place around the world. There is this country, I think, there's this place that is experiencing, is it yesterday and today? I have to confirm that. But I think they're two different time zones. Welcome to another edition of On the Ball here at WINN FM 98.9. I am Troy Bif Mills holding it down for you and thanking you for being here with us. It is a pleasure to come before you again and bring another sports show, letting you know what's happening locally, regionally, and internationally. And for the Indian fans, I'm hoping that you've gotten over that defeat. And not the Indian, the New Zealand fans and the West Indies fans, hope you've gotten it over. Chances are the Indians, they're still celebrating. I was back in West Indies 1 and India 2, followed sharply with South Africa. But South Africa get cleaned up in the semi-final stage. But if you're celebrating birthdays today, a birthday today, pardon me, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary today, happy anniversary to you. If you're celebrating, just celebrating something, you got a new job and your bicycle and your baby and your boyfriend and your girlfriend and a promotion at work. Even if you got a new hair though, you went to fix the nails. Hey, congratulations to you. Hope you're having it wonderful. And to those persons who are going through a period of bereavement, we say condolences to you. And I say that, and I'm remembering the late Carl Rees Liebert, who was laid to rest on Friday. Condolences to his sister, the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marcella Liebert, to his brother Junie Liebert and all the other family members, and to the family and friends of the late Carl V. Springett, fellow radio operator, operated on another station, and his brother, Val Henry, he was secretary of the Cricket Association at one point. I think he was president of basketball. I know he was president of track and field, St. Kitts and Nevis track and field. I think he was president of the Basketball Association at one time. So he's been in the sporting arena in some sort. I don't know if he actually played any sports. Maybe he has two left foot, as people would say. I don't know. I have to check him out on that. But anyway, condolences to him and his family. And to you, wherever you are, you're mourning, condolences on your loss. And we are asking you to be strong. Find strength, find comfort, find joy and happiness, knowing that you would have shared some fun moments with the deceased, and these moments you will forever cherish. And in terms of Val and Carl making their contribution nationally, regionally, and perhaps further afield. And, well, we have some people. We have Annie Ann over there in Tama. The Republic of Tabernacle, I think it is. Yes. One of the residents there, well, somebody from Tabernacle living overseas at the moment, I think. They abuse me. Say I must get it right. It's the Republic of Taba. But it come like we have a lot of public, because I'm here in the Republic of St. Paul's, the Republic of SP, where the best be. Hub City, hub. And wherever you are, whatever you do it, you refer to yourself. Good night, Annie Ann. Good night to Lana Summersley and Anna Hull. And good night to Ann Buchanan. She's from Monkey Hill, living in New York, I think it is. And who else we have? Good night to Samuel Montclair Samuel, Tito, from Inner City Molyneux, living up there in Canada. Bigging up Stud and all the other kittitions there. And who else we talking? Oh boy, we have sorry about that interruption. Let us go to a break and come back. Let me sort out this phone call because I'm expecting a guest. And who should begin?
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune in to On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune in to On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
Welcome back, and we do apologize for having to go to that break, and we had to sort out a thing or two, and we are back, and I was in the process of bigging up some people. Who else we have to bring up? John Palmer, the man Montezuma over there in Mansion, the mayor of Mansion, the governor of Mansion, I don't know, the prime minister of Mansion perhaps, and who else we got? Why? Curtis Cook, Jam Down. We say good evening to them and everybody else who listening. We appreciate you tuning in. We're going to have a guest tonight. We're having a representative from Scanaba St. Kitts and Nevis Amateur Basketball Association. The youth league is, well, it's going to be climaxing in a bit, and then they're having their senior division starting just now, but we're going to let the rep tell you about that when he gets in. And we kick off with track and field. Track and field season is basically winding down as well. And what we have coming up Friday the 13th, we have Tucker Clark Primary School. They have in their Tucker Clark, that's out in Newtown, they have in their sports day on Friday the 13th at the Newtown playing field. And then we also have in Sadler's Primary School, they're having theirs at the Sadler's playing field. I really like the Sadler's playing field, you know. That's a big, massive field, boy. You could have a football game and a cricket game there at the same time without anyone interfering. I'm not certain that field is being maximized. That's the word they're looking for. Then we have Saturday the 14th, the St. Paul's Primary School will be having their sport day down at the St. Paul's Sporting Complex. And we'll also be going to be having the Carifta Trials. That will be up at the Kim Collins Stadium. And St. Paul's Primary, they are the last primary school to have theirs. That's going to be on Saturday 14th. And the Virtuals High School, the Bright Star in the West, they are having their sport day on Sunday the 15th of March. And after that weekend, we have the TDC Inter High School championships at the Kim Collins Stadium from Friday the 20th to Sunday the 22nd. And the following weekend, we have the Rams Primary School Championship, also at Kim Collins, Saturday 28th, Sunday 29th. Now I'm wondering if it would not have been best to switch them. Have the primary school into primary before into high. I'm thinking ending the track and field season, so to speak, with the top-notch one, the inter-high, the senior thing. But that's just me. And this thing started way back when, the 17th of January. Time flies. I keep saying time flies. And I don't know if you realize, 25% in the next couple of days, 25% of the year going to go and poof. 3 months out of 12 months, that is 25%. Today is what, the 10th? Today is the 10th of March. So we only got 3 weeks left in 3 7's 21, 3 weeks left in March. And hey, we're gonna have, I don't know. And yes, my contact from Scanaba says he will be here shortly. He's running a little late. Thanks for informing us. We do appreciate that. And where are we going to now? We are going to look at some, well, let us go to the SKNOC. Let's go to them. They recently celebrated International's Women's Day. That was on Saturday the 8th. Every year for International Women's Day, the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee, they do something. They either award, recognize ladies, give them awards, but they had a workshop. And we're going to do the SKNOC, a release from them, and then we are going to go to the clips, some clips from football rather than me talk and tell you everything. We're going to run the clips. And we're going to do the Division 1 first, yes. We're going to do that. And as a matter of fact, let us go to the clips now and run the Division 1. We have 2 clips about the Premier League, and then we have an under 20. So let's do the Division 1. Stick and stay, and let's tune in.
The promotion race in SKNFA Division 1 has been blown wide open this weekend. While some title favorites stumbled, CIBC Village Galaxy made a massive statement at the Saddlers playing field. They put on a clinical display to defeat Trevor Freights and associate Molineux Pitbulls 3-1. Damien Kelly was the undisputed star of the match, netting a brace with strikes in the 22nd and the 72nd minute. Akanye Francis scored also in the 12th minute, ensuring a dominant 3-1 victory. With this win, Village Galaxy is now breathing down the necks of leaders, sitting just 3 points away from clinching the league title. The door was left wide open for Galaxy after a series of mixed results from other promotion hopefuls throughout the week. In a high-scoring thriller on Friday, 607 Construction Launch Patriots failed to pick up points in their pursuit of the trophy, despite goals from Leon Huggins and Vince Roy Nelson. They fell 3-2 to a resilient Mantab side, who snatched the winner in the 88th minute. On Thursday, KFC Trinity Challengers United missed a crucial opportunity to keep pace at the top. They were edged down 2-1 by Security Forces United, leaving them empty-handed with a late goal surged by the Forces. Meanwhile, Fast Cash Mother Becky's Tea Saddlers United managed to avoid the upset, grinding out a narrow 2-1 win over Connery Fireballs to stay in the hunt alongside Galaxy. In the previous week result in the SKNFA Premier League, Security Forces defeated Rivers of Living Water 2-1 at the Gardens playing field. After the match, we heard from Security Forces captain Shane Clark.
Well, today the team performed in the first half a bit shaky. Everybody was doing as they pleased, but second half I think we come out and try to execute the game plan a little bit better than the first half.
Right. And what will it take to continue keep up the momentum for the rest of the league?
Training and consistency, because I mean, like, even though the team is in the rebuilding stage with the youth and so we try to instill in them that you got to come train, you got to perform during time, so at least we're in the first division, so we can't get demoted, but at least we know we can get promoted.
Right. What would be a successful season for you? I mean, far from promotion, but still, what would you measure as a good season for security?
If not next year, the year after. As I said, we're in the rebuilding stage with the youth. This is out, like mostly we under 17 teams with like a 1-2 senior plus. So just for time to them to gel together, train, and then see what we could do next season. And if we get promoted next season, then the season after that.
We also heard from Rivers of Living Waters captain Darren Huggins.
The performance wasn't all too bad. Just that all up in the game, sun, guys were tired, but fight was good still. We're still taking it out as they come, one by one. First round was some bad results, some big score line, but now you see a bit of improvement and so forth, so that's a plus. So you just continue with any positive.
In other results from the previous week, Connery Fireball International fell to Mantab 4-1. Sandlers United were defeated by Lodge Patriots 3-1. Village Galaxy had won also the previous week, defeating KFC Trinity Challengers United 2-0. And the Garden Hotspurs and Molyneux FC drew 2-2.
Thank you very much. That's Mr. Andre Huey, the media consultant for the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association, telling us about the first division. Boy, that's really something super there. A lot of action, tight. It's tight like a vice grip. Tight like a vice grip, you dirty-minded people, you. You expected me to say something else except a vice grip, but you know when a vice grip grab something, it stay gripped and grabbed, however it is. But in the first division, boy, all kind of things happening there, all kind of things, and that's going to be a close race, and I think it's going to be a dog fight. And how it's going to work out, I'm not really certain. We just got to wait and see how it plays out. We're just going out to some clips from the Premier Division. If you think the Division 1 tight, the Premier Division also tight, you know. And there's a team, I call it the creep up team. Watch the creep up. Anything move, we clean up. We're talking about the defending back-to-back champions, SL Horsford St. Paul's United. They are the epitome of champions. What true champions are all about. Let's go to the clip and hear some report from Andre here again on the Premier Division.
Honda Newtown United have begun a new winning streak in the National Bank Group SKNFA Premier League, delivering an emphatic 8-3 victory over Tropical Blossom Hot Spring Bath United on Monday, March 9th at the National Bank Group Technical Centre. The result keeps Newtown firmly in second place and strengthens their push for a qualification in the Final Four playoffs. Meanwhile, the defeat leaves Bath United still in the relegation zone, with the team in urgent need of points to climb out of danger. Here are the highlights, courtesy of FIFA Plus.
Edward, looked like he was going to take a Keynes. Oh, what I said, the Keynes get a rebound, and Keynes smashes it in the back of the net. Ups it off for Edward. Edward puts it on the left and smacks it in the back of the net. A rocket. Edward slips it into Keynes. Keynes wants to touch. What a tackle! But then Keynes comes back, not giving up on the play. Oh! Not giving up on the play. With him, drops it off to Marshall. Marshall puts it off to Edward. Edward goes wide to Francois. Francois slots it. Slotters, you call him. Not giving up on the play. Here comes Marshall. Marshall leaves it inside. Tumal just come in. On the bench, just pass it into the back of the net. How about your first involvement? A dream. Up onto it though. This is Keynes on a hat trick. Keynes puts it on a plate. Oh no! He went for goal! I was expecting him to cross the ball, and there you go, completing the hat trick. Make it 4 for sure. Keynes, still with Keynes, oh my gosh! Keynes makes it 4 goals for himself. They're not easing up. Myers is the one over. Could hear the keeper calling from here. Oh my! Up to the spot to try and make it a respectable score. Goes in and bangs it in the back of the net. Goalkeeper goes the wrong way, and Bath United putting a little respect on the scoreline. Out wide, looking for was a shot, and there you go. The youngster just got make it 8 is great for Newtown United. Mr. Gunn, ball comes across. Goalkeeper gets a touch, but the goal is open and slots it in the back of the net. Looks like Daniel from here. I could be wrong, but it looks like Daniel for Bath United.
With the 4 matches remaining in the Premier League regular season, the race for playoff spots and the battle to avoid relegation are both entering a decisive stage.
Hey boy, you could detect the action. That commentator is really excited. Well, I hope he don't check his pressure often, because I don't want him to trip out with all of that. And if we talk about, before we get back to this, another clip on the Premier Division, the Premier League, which we're going to touch. But before we get back, and they've lost 12. That is Rivers. Conwy Fireballs, they are 9. They're in 9th. They have 7 points. Security Forces, well, Conwy win 2, lose 1. Win 2, draw 1, lose 10. Before you're talking about, boy. Security Forces, win 3, lose 2. Win 3, draw 2, lose 8. They are on 11 points. Just barely getting into double figures. And Sadlers might be a little disappointing. They're down in 8th. They were demoted from the Premier Division after they went up. They spent quite a few years up there. And they're down now in 7th. Winning 5, drawing 3, losing 5. They're on 18 points. 2 points ahead, Molineux. Winning 6, drawing 2, losing 5. Molineux on 20. That's 2 points ahead, 1 point ahead of Molineux, we have Mantab in 5th. Mantab winning 6, drawing 3, losing 4. They are on 21 points, Mantab. 1 point, just 1 point ahead of Molineux. And get this, KFC Trinity Challengers. Well, boy, things have taken a turn for the worse for them. They were leading for a few weeks. I don't know what happened. I thought something was mina keep up there, but it looked like not a keep. And they are now down to 4th, winning 7, drawing 1, losing 5. They are on 22 points. So they are 1 point ahead. And then we have Village Galaxy. Whoa, these guys jump up. These guys jump up in Village Galaxy. They don't want to fight 5th at some point. They're now up in 3rd, winning 8, drawing 2, drawing 3, losing 2. They are on 27 points. A little 5-point gap there. But then, number 2, Spurs, winning 9, drawing 1, losing 3. Spurs 1 point ahead of Village Galaxy. And for those of you who are wondering, Village Galaxy, they used to be Trafalgar South Stars. They've done some rebranding. And leading, Large Patriots. They've never been to the Premiership, But it looked like they decide this year they're going, and according to old people, they're holding on for green debt. They're holding on for green debt. Because at the start of the season, they were up number 1, about 2 or 3 weeks. Then they took a little dive. But they've been back up there for the last 5 weeks or so. And they've lodged. They've won 10, drawn. They haven't had any drawn matches, but they've lost only 3. So they have 30 points. And a reminder, the top 2 teams going up. Number 1 and number 2, automatic promotion. They're in the playoff now with number 3 and number 8. Something I never did believe in anyway. And so the top 2 going up. So at this stage, Lodge and 30 points leading, Garden Hotspurs 28, and Village Galaxy in 3rd, 27. What we're going to do, we're going to take a pause with the football because we still have 2 other clips to play, and the FA Cup. The fixtures are out for the FA Cup. That is going to happen. So we're going to go. Our guest is here, a very busy man, and he's going to tell us all that's happening in the basketball world. We say good night, good night, good night. Good night, sir. How are you? Welcome to On the Ball here to
Good night, Mr. Mills.
Try our Biff could work,
Biff. I always know you as Biff.
All right.
Always glad to be here. Sports is my field, my thing.
Well, tell the out there. Sorry, tell the folks out there who you
Yeah,
are.
Sean Boxy Crossley, PRO of St. Kitts Nevis Amateur Basketball Association,
Scanaba.
So I'm here to talk some basketball. You know, let me start with the Junior League. As you know, the Junior League is presently going on, which started in January. We have ASC Jayhawks, who is actually leading the table, and Youth and Sport Raiders out of Nevis, who is in second place. So we actually wrapping up the regular season. We about to finish up the Junior League and then start the semi-finals next week, and then going to play. Because we like to get the Junior League out of the way early, because, you know, exam time coming up around the corner, so for them to focus. So that's why we start the juniors so early.
Your team, Sandy Point Falcons.
Yeah, boy.
Not doing so well this year.
Yeah. We got through that.
I get it, it's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
And it's something that happens to all
I
the
remember
teams.
my very first year, 5 feet to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get leagues for 2 years, come back 2012, win. Get some leagues, come back 2016, win. And then, you know, get leagues with them folks, win 22, 23, 25. So you go through that stage where you got to rebuild. You know, kids get old, transfer to the senior team, and then you go back to the rebuilding stage. But the good thing about it, once you have youths coming out still, that's the good look. Every team got through that. Every team got through that. Every team, you know.
I so realized.
Yeah, Hitters got through rebuilding. Boardwalk was a good team last year, was in the playoffs. So every team, you got this stage when you got through that rebuilding stage.
Hitters is not going through rebuilding because they're not in the competition this year.
Yeah. So,
it's really sad because from the senior level, the winningest team we have in the federation.
Yeah.
And
this is actually the first time they never have a junior team.
Yeah.
So
in nearly forever. Two lifetimes.
I kind of feel that what we need to do, especially in the sports department, we need to go into the schools, start into the schools. I remember when I used to play junior ball. You know where I get picked? We had a tournament behind Bastia High on the court. You got Little, Barman, Sabo. And all these guys say, man, come play with me junior team. Come play with me team. Because these guys used to come out with high school games. And that's how you end up on junior team. Yeah, the guys used to be there watching the time we had Bally, Craigie, Holly, you know, me, Beaver. All of us used to play high school ball. And then guys would come out, watch. I say, man, you want
that's
to
when the scouting start.
Yeah, that's when the scouting start. That's where he start.
That's but I don't recall when last I've heard basketball in the schools, in the high schools at least.
Yeah, we need to think.
I hear netball, I know football. I don't think they had cricket last year, did they? Or haven't had any for this year. Maybe it's later down in the season. I'm not certain. But I know football and netball, they are big things. Volleyball is something. Well, table tennis, well, I can't even talk about that because...
Conversation yesterday. I think I need to come back and we need to touch base and then go through them topics. Nothing to do with... And sports in a general.
Yes,
we need to go sports on a general topic, you know.
I don't believe we take sports as serious here in the country as we should.
Yeah,
and being a former director of culture, I say sports and culture.
Yeah, we losing the kids them to tablets, video games, and even smoking. The young man them must smoke more than.
Why? I see.
Once ago you go home. You do your homework quick. Then you rush over the court. If you ain't the only, you ain't getting the game.
Yeah, I remember same thing with football.
You go beg a man a piece of game.
Same thing with
Have
football.
to beg a man a piece of game. You don't get a game. Yeah, you're over there because you got to reach early. Sometimes you're over there, do your homework and all until when the game start. Yeah, in order for you to get a game. And you ain't want to lose in the first game either.
No, you want to get a run, a little run.
Otherwise, you ain't going to get a game for the rest of the night unless a man get a piece of game. Yeah,
it's fun. We had fun growing up, and it's completely different to...
Nobody spin tap now, nobody pitch marble, nobody go down the bed of fish.
Zab-zabine.
Nobody use butter kit to make jam and all them things, spin cat.
Gone, man. You're carrying it back. Like you say right now is the tablets and the thing, and you walk with your pants down by your knee. Yeah. Why? I got some pants home by Boxy, and some of the time, when me ain't tight enough, he drop down and he feel real anti-manish by. Every minute I go pull up this pants and thing like that. Whatnot. And I actually have seen people buy pants shorter than the size. They buy like they got on little boy pants, so it tie across the thigh. which is ridiculous, boy. But anyway,
So
I think, well, you are a member of the national team, a coach, community team, senior and junior.
Senior and junior.
So
Well, the whole club, actually, the manager of the club.
Okay, and what are your experiences, or what is your view when it comes to how serious we are, one, the community, two, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, but we got to talk the things. The Ministry of the Sports.
I feel that's where it starts. They start with the Ministry of Sports and collaboration with like community clubs and these things and with the schools. And that's where it starts, because we as a community, we can't do it all. But we are the community same time. For me in particular, I don't like to and go every minute to or ask for this, do that. If I could do it, get some people to contribute to that, I'm going to do it out for me. Many things done to the court and it belongs to me. You would think it's my house. But, you know, if you don't have to go to them and you could do it after, you won't avoid it. Because God knows when they're going to finish or when they're going to get you. But I think the interest in sports is not how we used to be. I think we need to pay a lot more focus on the sports, because it's an avenue to get these kids from smoking, robbing, killing, thieving. Sports bring brotherhood, it brings friendship. I know a lot of
conflict
people,
resolution.
I know a lot of people through sports, internationally, locally, regionally, through basketball, playing for the national team and all that, going to different islands to play, whether with the club or with national team. So it brings a lot of brotherhood and friendship towards people, and it kind of change the aspect of life, and you look at a lot of things different. So,
and the thing about it, I've seen it, how devastating it could be in football more than anything else, where teams playing from Bastion need to play in whether rural, St. Peter's, and half the team can't go because they got issues with
other people
up there and things, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, very ridiculous.
When I was playing football for Sunny Point, I play football on every single field in St. Kitts. I never had no fear.
I remember when I used to play basketball, when we used to, especially on Sundays. Sundays we used to go, I think we used to go to Tabo. I think they had a team name, either Whalers or
Whalers. I think they had a team Whalers.
We used to go till we can't catch what's come on. We are walking to Saddlers. I remember telling me walking Saddlers, catch Uncle Millie, come Sunny Point. Yeah, we used to in Kayan up and down on Sunday, go places to play basketball. It's just the passion, but the passion ain't there these days. So.
And the not only the smoking, but Guinness and Red Bull, Magnum. Well, Magnum is a tonic, but I think people using it more for the alcoholic benefit as opposed to the tonic benefit. But the Guinness and Red Bull, why? You see these youngsters, Guinness and Red Bull and still a spliff in the other hand. I saw, unfortunately, I don't believe there's anybody who loves Sunny Point more than me.
Me?
Nah, well,
me.
You could try, but I don't believe you come close. I don't think you come close, Boxy.
Trust me.
When I say SP, we're the best beat, I mean that with all my heart. And the thing is, we have the best of the best and the best of the not so best. And I was walking through Sunny Point a couple of weeks ago, and I see this guy look to me like he about 14, 15. A spliff behind him right here, a spliff behind him left here, a spliff in him out, and he still got a spliff in the hand. That's 4 spliff, Boxy. I watch him to make sure, well, by any paper he got. But he spliff. And this was like minutes to 2 in the afternoon. So that's school time. So I'm there thinking, why he doing out of school in the first instance, and 2, what he doing with 4 spliff? So I walk out by, maybe it's me. Maybe the guy is about 18, 19, but 20, but he's just short. So somebody was passing and I asked him, how old a person be? He said, Biff, if you're about 13, 14, 15, yeah. So I mean that I was spot on. And I'm thinking, a 13, 14-year-old, 15, whatever, with 4 spliff? Crazy. I mean, that's madness.
That's crazy.
And but this thing goes, it's a serious problem. And a lot of education is in place, but education alone can't cut it. The support of the community the support of the parents.
But still, the parents, that says a lot too. That says a lot. The parents and with the community, once they come together and help, I think we could do a lot.
Yeah, it takes a village to raise a child. Perhaps a little more than a village now.
So,
Talk to us. How satisfied are you with how things are going apart from your team being opposition and your team for the records and the viewers and the listeners? What's your team again?
Sunny Point Falcons. Rams. Let me pronounce it properly for you. Rams Sunny Point Fort Falcons, the 2025 junior champions.
2025.
Yeah, junior. And
champions. What position you are right now?
Actually, the bottom of the table.
That's sometimes.
You're up, you're down. You know, you can't always be up there. Sometimes you have to come down to catch yourself to go back up again.
St. Thomas Trinity.
That's a new team.
A new team?
Yeah, a new team. That's you know, like the idea of getting new teams from different communities. And I think I would like to see more junior teams. I would actually prefer to have more junior teams.
And how many you have in the league right now?
6.
And it was 7 with the hitters.
Yeah. So it's you know, it's more to me, more junior teams would be better. You know, to get the kids them more involved. So
and they keep feeding the senior teams.
Yeah, so there's something where we have to work on. That's where we got to start. We got to start with the youths.
Nevis.
So
you have a team from Nevis this year?
Yeah, Raiders.
First time? Or
they have a team for a while now. They have a team for
What's the spread? You get the viewers, the listeners, the spread geographically. Where are the teams from?
Well, we have Boardwalk Uprisers, junior team. We have Sunny Point Falcons. You have Nevis, Nevis team. We have Jayhawks, which is from the Basti area. You have Trinity, which is from Challengers to Half a Tree. You have Trinity. Who am I missing? Then normally hitters just be from the Bastia area. So.
And you're going a little west of Sunny Point?
Sempers.
Tough Nuts?
Yes, Sempers.
There isn't any in the eastern belt from
we haven't
Cannery St. Peter's going on to Sadlands.
We ain't had a Cannery. I mean, Newton used to have a Get Roots have a junior team. They have it on Kayan and have a junior team in a while. Maligno ain't had a junior team in a while.
I don't know what's happening there because even from a table tennis point of view, when we have our camps, no matter how much we reach out to the schools on the eastern end of the island, we don't really get any. I don't know. So we decided we have to go in person to make presentations to the PTAs and things like that. Yeah. What's your general assessment of the league so far?
Well, with the youth league, most of the teams is in the building stage. Actually, the standard kind of, I'll be honest, is down a little bit. It's down a little bit. You know, most of the good players, them to all, and the Macari and the Garfield and the KJ and them to all. So most of these players out to juniors now into senior teams. So this time, but still, we have to work with the kids. We have to be the one to help them develop, help them get better. So, you know, it's just for us to put in the work and for them to also be disciplined to accept doing the work. So,
and some teams having some big points, 100 and plus.
Yeah.
About 3-4 for them, and some teams also having some very low points as well. But that's all part of it. You have the good and the bad, and the highs and the lows mixed.
So this weekend, you know, is big boys coming up this weekend, starting this Saturday. You know, the 14th of March, the National Bank Premier League. We're open with the big boys.
Why?
Yes, this Saturday. We also have to big up other sponsors like St. Kitts Concrete, the Cable, Credit Union, South Beach, and Valley Mart. These are some new sponsors on board. I guess new court, new sponsor. So
let's talk about new court.
Yeah, so, actually I just leave the court. We was there putting down the new matting, chair to lay it out, put it together. You know, we just starting to get it together. The good thing about it, the court came marked out. So you just to put it like a puzzle. Put the pieces together. Okay. So actually, it's there come from. We had a walkthrough at the court. The executive did a walkthrough to that. The court, you know, make sure check lighting, everything. They changed the lighting, did some painting, renovation to the stands. The court itself have a new surface. You know, we have gonna have some new wings also. So preparation is being done for the opening this week. You know, we have the teams which are in the Premier this year. We have defending champions, Farm Care Boardwalk Uprisers. We have Sol Sunny Point Falcons, Kayan Lions, SL Hasford Sempers, Tough Nuts, Rams Hitters, ASC Wolfpack. New to the Premier, Skywalkers, and also Youth and Sport Eagles out of Nevis. And then when we go to the A Division, we have ASC Jayhawks, A69ers, Las Dominion.
I like the name Las Dominion. I like the name, man, Las Dominions.
We have Skywalker's A team. We have
So
Fire.
sorry, Skywalkers, they have a team in the Premier and the
and
money. That's
then we
wonderful.
have Fire and Rescue. Fire and Rescue. And also back in action is Victory. It's been a while.
Victory,
Victory had a team,
They won the national championship at least once.
I was a part
times.
of the team then. Yeah, a long time.
So,
give props to Sexman and Gula them for doing, to get back our team out of Victory. It's some good work. Them guys always down there playing basketball too. So it's a good look for the community. Once I got Sandy Point had 3 teams. 3 teams, Victory, Pride, and Falcons.
Pride was in 1 year. They won the first division, went to Premier, win the Premier, and they faded. That was really surprising because
commitment. It says a lot.
Yeah, and
commitment.
To me, they had a good thing going.
Commitment,
especially from an organizing point of view and the structure. And I don't know. You think they'll ever come back? And if they do come back, how impactful you think they'll be?
He left to see. He left to see.
But they having the Victory and the Sandy Point, 2 teams coming out of the community, not necessarily a feeder team, 2 separate identities. How do you think that helps or not help a community? Forget it, Sandy Point.
How we help a community?
Or not help?
To me, help the community. Sandy Point have a lot of basketballers. A lot. Actually, I had 2 teams. So I just merged one because some of these guys playing with Victory. Because, I had players from Victory. So, in a sense, it kind of take a little pressure off of me. It also a good look for the community of Victory, which I like to see. So we have a lot of players. And I'm actually looking forward to bring back a second team next year. Mix it with the juniors, I think like a development team. So, but, it's a really good look. And if we could get that out of a community, it says a lot.
And a few of the Victory players would have gone on to represent the national team.
Yeah, Shoba, Gole, Lomax, all these guys play for the national team. But we kick off Saturday, 6 p.m., with our openings.
8 teams in the Premier. How many in the first? 8 as well?
6. No, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so we kick off this Saturday, 6 p.m. sharp with an opening ceremony. We're going to have the ministers. I think I sent you something to media. We're going to be also live streaming the games for the opening ceremony. The first game, 6:30, we have Kayan Lions coming up against Rams Hitters at 6:30 p.m. And then we have the defending champs, Farm Care Boardwalk Uprisers, coming up against Sunny Point Falcons.
How the selection was done to have those teams play on the opening night?
Well, actually, we did it different. And last week, Saturday, we had a meeting, talking about rules, going through the rules and meeting with the games committee and the referees. And then we did a pick. So the first 2 teams will play, and then the second 2 teams will play. So we did a pick. And so we did a pick from that, and then that's how we do it.
I know some places normally use the team that is promoted playing against maybe the champion team or something like that. But the 4 teams would have picked. Okay.
Well, the president, they pick it. But all the names was
in the bag, and they just pick a name and this and that. Okay.
That's how we do it. We did it a little different.
Well, nothing wrong with
we're
that.
also going to have games this Sunday. We have St. Paul's coming up against Skywalkers. That's the new team that's promoted. And Nevis versus ASC Wolfpack at 6:30. And the Skywalkers and St. Paul's, SL House for St. Paul's Stuff Nuts at 8 p.m. on Sunday.
Skywalkers, where are they from generally? A community or a mix-up?
Actually, is a makeup from Monkey Hill had a team, where St. Peter's New Road, whichever you want to call it, had a team named Runners. They had a team named Runners. The team did dismantled a little bit, and then some of them came back and they formed the team, the Skywalkers.
Oh, okay.
But most of them is actually from the New Road, St. Peter's area.
Skywalkers and Runners. The Runners ran out of the thing. I remember that. But the competition, 8 teams, 6 teams, your opening ceremony. Last year, you had to play your games around the
outside
country.
the community because, the court was on the renovation. So Now, you know, seating fix. We just want the cover. That's all to complete it.
The roof as in?
Yeah.
Cover as in roof?
Yes, that's the thing. So we can't stop when we ain't come there. So it just need, but you know, it's a good atmosphere. The old building was in there. We break down the building, so it's more space.
Okay.
Court is a little bigger. You know, so a lot of painting, a lot of renovation. Game, you know, it's a good atmosphere. It's only $5 to get you in. You know, we're gonna have a live DJ, Bill of Vibe sound. You know, we have, you know, game live streaming also. But you know, come out, be in the atmosphere.
$5 in this day and age,
$5,
Boxy?
yeah.
This day and age?
Yeah.
After brand new spanking, what you name? But I could understand you want everybody to be there, give them an opportunity.
Yeah. So, but I really have to say, you know, big props to the new sponsors on board, and also to let me give shout out to Naren from St. Paul's, Maynard, and Wallace Wilkin. There is part of the sponsoring committee.
Okay.
Yeah, they did a great job. I must say they did a marvelous job. You know, we just had National Bank most of the time, and then we have St. Kitts Concrete, you know, on board. We have the Cable Credit Union, South Beach, and Value Mart.
Okay.
So, you know, still have to give props to the teams and their sponsors. You know, some teams can't do it without sponsors. Jerseys is a lot. You know, up to the very shoes, some people can't even afford, you know, and everybody fortunate to like, you know, so to got balls and all them things for practice, cones and all these stuff. So, you know, still have to give shout out to each team and their sponsor. You know, they want to say thank you on behalf of these teams to, you know, helping these teams to push forward. So, and the new sponsors who came on board thing. And, you know, National Bank is a big sponsor, so it's actually the National Bank Premier League, you know.
Okay,
the
platinum sponsor.
The platinum sponsor, yes.
And the clubs, how long do you guys generally use your uniforms for? 1 year, 2 years, 5 years?
Okay, for me, okay, let me give an example from my team standpoint. Actually, my junior team is 3 years. It's 2 to 3 years. We have this sponsorship since the 90s, 91, 97, 98. Yeah, it was first on the Oldie Bisbee when there was the agent for Futa, then now it's Rams. But in the Futa says like 2 to 3 years. You know, we think because, you know, you change players and then, you know, it's close, washing and things. So now for me it's normally 3 years. 2 to 3 years, depending on the condition. But I like to know I look quality and to last long. So but yeah.
And how do you guys go about getting these jerseys?
Well, for me, I get these from overseas. It's much cheaper. I remember when we started, a long time ago, we used to meet them at Sun Island. It used to be at Sun Island. But when you want to go the cheaper way, you have to, you know, try your best and go the cheaper way. Most of the time I order these from overseas, get the jerseys from overseas. And why do I look reversible jerseys? Because some colors are close to some colors and you don't want to be really...
So you could wear them either side?
Either side,
That's interesting.
yeah.
Short and pants?
Yeah, short and pants, reversible. Yeah. And actually in the rules, you're supposed to have 2 colors.
Okay.
In the rules, you're actually supposed to have 2 colors. Okay. Yes. Like
so
home and away colors.
Something like that would be accepted reversible?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And in terms of getting your jerseys, you say get them from overseas. How easy it is or not easy to get your jerseys coming into St. Kitts?
Well, you hit the hammer. I had that issue, actually. I traveled last week. I just came back. And I actually came with my team uniform for the opening league. And, like, you know, balls and nets and socks and these stuff. And there was actually a hold at customs. There was actually a hold. I was allowed to go with my clothing and other items I purchased.
The holy jerseys?
But the holy sporting jerseys. Which I didn't... for sport, if it did hold my stuff, I would not mind. But things for sports, you know, and, you know, I somebody who involved in sports for years. And the Monday went to sports department. Actually, the president of basketball who assists me in getting the stuff from out of customs. And I feel I remember a year or two, I did order some jerseys, and they had a little pattern. It almost looked similar to camouflage. but it's just like the baseline. And then the whole them, so they have camouflage in them. Yeah, I went through some issues to get them. And yeah, so you know, it could be challenging as time. It could be challenging. Up to the other day, I had some shorts from Pakistan, and all the way Pakistan.
Pakistan. I was just going to say
Yeah,
Pakistan.
I have a link in Pakistan
Okay.
to get anything you want, and let me tell you, within a week,
Wow.
I get these shirts. And when I get these shirts, they actually ask me for selling them. I said, no, I actually give out these shirts. Give out these shirts. It was 40 shirts. Actually, 40 shirts. And I get these shirts next to nothing. When I say next to nothing, you pay like $7 and so.
That's
for a
US.
shirt. US.
Wow.
For a shirt.
And how the freight looking like?
Let me tell you, when I say within a week, if you send your money today, you get them next week, Tuesday. The guys then work fast. Very, very fast.
And what about the expense, the cost?
It's just to clear them. You have to pay the cost when they come in to clear them. So, but they work real fast. But you get them as a cheap, and it's good quality shirt. And you know, so is the avenue there? Is you have to, you know, yeah, we want to shop local and thing, but in terms of the quantity and the quality, and in terms of the
perhaps
you
variety
have,
as well.
and variety, you have to go out. You have to go out. And in terms of sports, I think we really need to give. This is actually how the shirts are.
Okay.
This was
Nice
the one for the senior teams, and this was done for the junior teams.
Okay, yeah. They're looking nice, man. And well, I'm interested in that, so I'm hoping you'll be able to send me the link, because from a table tennis point of view.
Actually, this link was shared to a couple teams here.
Okay,
I know they do Allwood. They did
That's
Nevis,
wonderful.
They do for Standing Point. So yeah, and trust me, and the guys within a week. And when I say within a week, once they get their money, and send them to start to work before once they know you, before the thing, and
once
then
you have the relationship.
The relationship.
And because we are table tennis, St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association, we're going to be interested in that.
They do everything you think about, from warm-ups to bags to socks, wide variety, any sport.
You mentioned holding up of the jerseys. We ordered some equipment, balls and rackets and many things, a few ball robots and things like that, nets. The 31st of December. We cleared the last 2 boxes today. Today. Because
3 months.
Yeah. They're asking the question, if we're a business, we're going to sell these things.
National.
And the document says St. Kitts and Nevis National. St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association.
Actually, when I get my shirts, they ask me that question because it was the quantity, and I tell them no. I actually, when these guys come back, I hand deliver these shirts to them because you want to brand your team.
Yes,
you want your team
of
thing.
course.
So it is not about selling the shirts, and I also give to the sponsors. The
Of
sponsors,
course, that's a
them
good
would,
thing.
yeah, you give. I gave Solo, I gave Rams, so you give to the sponsors these shirts also because it's about marketing your team, branding. Now it's a good look. You know, you come out to support, and the guys them think. Even today, I tell the guys, the juniors for the opening, come out and what this, you can help them to learn something together and wear the shirt. So you know when they see them together, they're part of this organization, they're part of the
and that's
club.
impactful. But the courier, I'm not going to call the name, and the figures they gave me, it was like nearly $1,000. I said, but hold on now, something here makes sense. And we had a C101 farm, so it should have been duty free. And charging rent, we're querying all these figures, and we're charged rent for the period we're querying. Well, the rent was taken off for that period and things like that. But we had to end up with $564.65. $564.65
for them holding them.
Yes, and equipment.
But for a national, not only it's not an individual club like me. It's a national
association.
National association. It's for me. It's a bad look. And this is equipment you need to assist the kids. And these kids is who you want to get in sports, to get off the street, to be active. So to me, it's a bad look. It's a bad look, and to go down the avenue, I think we need to find a better solution to go down. Let me tell you, buying this thing for what? I coaching for 20 years now.
Wow, that's a lifetime,
20.
boy.
Started 2006.
I mean, you look like about 29, 30. But
And if men give away 30 pair of shoes, my personal shoes men give away none. Because ain't everybody have it. And you don't want these kids take up the school shoes.
Yeah.
And for me, when I get the sponsor money, I use it to the best ability. I use it. If it could be socks, it could be shoes, jersey, whatever, I use it to the best ability. It's not for me, it's for them. And it's for them to make an impact, to do something positive in the community. So I will tell you, he got, and then send the school shoes thing. Up to last week, asked Barman, called Barman need a pair of shoes. A child just tell me he not gonna shoes and he want to play. Yeah. And people don't understand where you're got to. Sometimes they think is if you ain't strong, if you ain't committed, yeah, sometimes you lose and thing up to T-square. T-square,
technical giant.
Technical giant. And let me tell you, and you want to keep them being positive. Ain't everybody fortunate alike. I had me days of having things rough. And in life, there's time when you have your rough time and you always wanted people to assist. So people assist me along the way in life. And if I got the chance to assist somebody and help them, I would. And it's more than basketball. So when people think it's just basketball, it's more than basketball. It's way more than basketball. Trust me, it's a lot more. And sometimes some of them don't have it. And, I had issue where some of them getting legal stuff and you have to help them pay lawyer fee. You have to help them with this. So, trust me, it's a lot.
And talk about it and people don't understand and maybe it's fast to as administrators and things. No, because Wednesday day you have to put your hand in your pocket. You have to put your hand in your pocket.
You got to trust me.
People.
I remember my first time when I carried my Falcons club on a trip to Tatola. We junior team, they just compete a 5P championship. And, we was doing fundraisers and thing to try reach a thing to airplane, cars, accommodation and all to go to Tatola. And we still shot at 3,000 something.
Wow. That's a lot of money,
and it's my personal money I use because I just wanted the man them to be happy and
something memorable and things like that.
Yeah.
But going and a lot of times, some of them you mentioned boots and T-squares, but some of the time these children, and I'm not bashing the parents, but maybe they go to school, they come practice, they need for the day, and all them kind of things, and you see them looking drowsy, and you hold on and you ask what happened. Why hungry may need for the day and nothing day and sometimes it's not just them, it's in the home circle.
I actually have a player who played basketball and football and he was selected for the national team that traveled on the U team. I think under 20.
Under 20s.
Yeah, and the parent reached out to me and asked me if I could contribute. I gave him a pair of boots and a donation and it's something, something positive. And actually, this youth, I wouldn't call him my thing, he made me proud in a sense. Because I had him first on basketball. And then he disappeared. And the people he used to be around, I wasn't comfortable with it. And then he's back in the basketball and he always interested to play, come game, show up. He'd be even in the team chat, encourage the man come on, come play. And to see now he into the football thing, I'm proud of him. He not fully, but he's taking a different step.
Wonderful.
He's taking a different step. And, these kind of things would make you feel good. It really make you feel good because, trust me, even the other day I tell him, you could be a way better player, But the time that you miss. Yeah, the time that you miss. The time that you miss. But it's good to have him around.
And this is the kind of things that organizers, administrators do. And I don't think it's just for basketball, table tennis. I think football, cricket, any national sport.
Any sport.
And that's why it hurts, When you go clear your equipment, you're going to see custom service charge 6% and still 17% VAT. Yes, you get off the duty. But I believe, maybe if the charge is 6%, because 23% you're talking about, if your equipment costs like $1,000, it's roughly $250 you got to pay. So I really appeal to the government for sporting organization to take off the VAT, man.
And actually, I could speak for me in particular. When this happened to me, I feel hurt in a sense. I can tell you why I feel hurt. I had some nets. These nets is not my job to put up nets in the court. The court is not my facility, it's the government facility.
Correct.
When any net bust down in the court, whether Fitchy or Sunny Point High Court,
you're not going to call.
Who they going to call is me.
Boxy.
Just before I leave Ireland, I must be had one beer net. They wanted the 2 net them change. I went and I borrowed one from Glenn. I asked Glenn, I give him back Glenn, he net them today. Cause I just get back me stuff them yesterday. I replace his net and I give him back. Because when the thing is me must, but because of the love of the sport and I do it for the community, that's why I tell you I love Sunny Point more than you.
Nearly more than me.
Let me tell you, he had times before we even get in your ring, when the ring them used to break, get people to well them. Even the ring below, if you go in the court, you realize you have a piece of board. Somebody didn't mash up the glass. And here, when the glass mash up the night, who they call?
Boxy.
And what I tell them, call police. That ain't not telling me. But then the kids then could not play. I get a quote, send it to sports, tell them, well, in cost like 400 and something years to replace the glass and what's not. And you take a time and the kids then want to play. And we went and get the board and replace it. Give people in the community, Harper, Mikey, all of us came, Zoily, and we come together and we fix it. And basketball got to play. Yeah. So sometimes you can't really wait on them, You can't wait on them, otherwise, you have to come as a community and get these things done. And for me, I push. I don't wait on them.
Yeah.
I don't wait.
I tell you, it's not easy.
So as I was telling, when these things happen to me, I don't feel aware in a sense that knowing that my contribution towards this sport and it's something I'm doing for this sport, it hurt. Because I give a lot to this sport. Trust me. When I say a lot. People wouldn't understand, but you give out a lot. Sometimes you can work and all. That walk come down from college, they come in. Coach, give me $20 to buy lunch now. So people wouldn't understand.
Yeah, boy. And it's touching on it. And even if you ain't got it, you're going to borrow it for somebody to, because it's really rough. It's really rough. And if you don't do it, you don't want to hear the same child come by you and you ain't give him nothing. Next thing he gone in a supermarket and gone to thief something and things like that. And I think national associations, communities, clubs, when they come to sport, they need to be respected more and they need to be assisted more.
That's true.
And especially, like I said, this VAT when you're bringing in equipment, because it's like, about $6,000 worth of equipment we bring in over a period of time. And who gonna get it? Children, them, the youngsters, the youth,
back to
them,
the
yes, them gonna get it. But
and then I'd always tell people, when it comes to sports, I try my best not to mix politics. Try my best, because we have youths from different homes, whether PLP, Labour, PAM, whatever. And everything is to benefit them. Yeah. So don't look at it as your by here support this thing. It's not for me. And me. And when you keep it back from me, ain't me you're hurting. It's the kids them you're hurting. It's the kids them you're hurting. And then these kids is who you look at in the future to come and support you.
Yes, because in the next 5 years they're going to be on the national team.
Yeah.
I like the political thing because I believe with all my heart, Boxy, politics only have room for one thing, politics. And I believe after election done, we start to think, and then we are going to come the next campaign. You vote for me, I vote for you, and whoever you persuade me to vote for your party, I persuade you, and no, we bang with drinks and whatever. And when that done, we done, and we everybody together again. Because I do tell people, everybody can't live in Sandy Point, and everybody can't live in Monkey Hill. Everybody can't be Labour, everybody can't be PAM. And so we do that, and I believe everybody's supposed to enjoy a piece of the rock.
That's true.
As the case is. And in the sports, you can't watch face. Otherwise, the person you leave off on the thing, he could go on to be one of the biggest people around. But if we get back to the basketball, what are your prizes like? Well, the championship or whatever.
Well, that I can't actually disclose as yet in terms of like we want to make some changes with more sponsors on board. The prize money gonna be different for both division.
Okay.
It's gonna be more. Actually, today we actually was doing a little discussion about it. So we ain't settlers yet.
Okay.
As to the final amount, but yes, it's gonna be more. So the guys them out there, and we're thinking about also giving the MVP a little cash prize. So these is things we plan to do with more sponsors on board.
MVP per match?
No,
at the
at the end of the season.
Okay.
At the end of the season. So, once we get these sponsors and we get the help, then we could do more. But if we hand toys, we can't do more. And now we could do more, we're gonna do more.
Yeah. When there's little, you could only get little. When there's more, you get more. And how the point structure is gonna be? Is it just a win and a lose or what?
Well, we normally give the winner 3 points and the loser 1 point. You forfeit, 0. You don't show up for your game, it's 0. If you forfeit 2 games, it's an automatic dismiss from the league.
Wow.
Automatic dismiss.
Have you had any dismissals from the league over the past?
Yeah, we had 1 or 2 of them.
Premier or the first? I don't expect them to be the Premier.
First. From the first. Yeah, so but that's how we go. Once you forfeit too much, that is automatic dismiss from the league.
Key element, referees. How is that going?
We referee pool is very small, and that was one of the main thing we had on Saturday. The topic about the referee pool. It was an interaction between the clubs and the referees and the games officials, the desk officials. So it's an interaction about rules and how things go. The pool is small. If anybody out there in radio and listening and interested in refereeing basketball, we welcome you. You could always contact me, anybody of the association, the president, Mr. Glenn Jeffers, vice president, Wendell Pemberton, secretary, Jakira. She's in Nevis, so anybody in Nevis listening, So yeah, that's an area we like to get help, because we actually have players who love to referee, but they can't do certain games because of the division they're in. So if a player is in the Premier, he could only referee A games. He in the A division, he could only do Premier, which is understandable. Yeah, So, but the pool in the area is very small, and if we could get the help, we really appreciate it. Huh?
Who they could call to say?
Doesn't tell you how they could call.
Is there a number you want to share?
Well, everybody knows. so they could, reach out to the page, the Scaba, the Scaba page, and shoot a message or what's that. But yeah, we'd appreciate it.
And well, the referees, that's one you mentioned, desk officials. How
desk officials, the ones who keep stats, run the clock and these stuff.
And you have enough there, or you'll be expecting.
Well, we just get some on board, but if we could get more, we'll truly appreciate it. And let me actually say this: they get a little stipend. The referees and the desk officials, they're better off than me.
Yeah,
I am the executive for 8 years now, back to back, voting back to back, and I don't get nothing. So the desk officials and the referee actually get a little stipend. So if you're interested, you're always open.
And what about somebody who want to volunteer and they may not have the skill, the requisite skills?
Well, we do. We train you. We train you. And we actually, one thing I would say about this executive, a lot of fee for course out there, fee band them stuff, and we put people on course. We had a Kishona David. She was a certified desk official. She did the course, online course. So we have different course and training to, fire and all them that did the referee course and different things. So these things is out there for you and for you to get better. So these things we actually put in place to help. So there's a lot, I know Hansel even did a coaching course. I told did a coaching one. So there's actually certified to get you more certified about the game and the rules and everything.
I believe in certification because one, apart from you raising your level, it gives you opportunity.
And I actually tell somebody, it came up in a meeting, the same meeting on Saturday, last Saturday, that we referee them here. Me too. As a coach, I did it too. So let me include me. But when we go regional, I travel with my club and with the national team and it's terrible. So when we think we actually get worse out here,
we standard is much higher than
so we standard to me is much better. To me, we standard is much better. Let me tell you, my club just come from a tournament in Montreal, a club championship tournament. We was the champion, and The referee, man, it was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah,
But we overcome.
Yeah,
and so.
it's unfortunate when that happen. I mean, if you make a mistake, that's okay. And when you make a mistake that benefit, whether your club, your country, or whatever, it's even though it's a mistake, it's gonna be looked at funny. But it sounds like you're gonna have an exciting year. About when your league might finish?
Okay, probably about July, close to August.
Okay.
End of July. Once the weather permits us, we'll say end of July. We're gonna break for the week with Music Fest, and then back in September around July.
And what nights you're gonna be playing?
Well, normally A Division are Tuesdays and Saturdays, Premier are Thursdays and Sundays. So for now, we're gonna be mixing the juniors, because the juniors got playoff with the thing. I'm actually gonna get the fixture to you before the night out.
Okay.
And then but after the juniors are clear up, everything gonna be Tuesday, Saturday for A Division, Thursday, Sunday for Premier.
For Premier. And are you making the provisions anyway in there for a rain out night?
Well, we normally use Mondays and Wednesdays for rain out
Uh-huh.
games. Mondays and Wednesdays are used for rain out games.
Okay, that's wonderful. Are you gonna play in all your matches at
Yeah,
basketball city rather than going around?
Yeah, we're gonna be at the new facility. We're actually sending you this here now.
I kind of like going on, the community.
Yeah, it kind of get the community involved, but it's kind of hard on us too.
I could imagine.
As a executive standpoint, it's hard on us. It's very hard.
It will involve an increased cost, let me say that, to get it out in the rural areas and things like that. You sound like you guys working hard as usual.
Yeah, so I actually leave the president there when the vice president, other people came to assist. Mr. Hicks and Kevin from sports. We was there dealing with Ducks from sports department. We was there dealing with him. Again, that's a little thing, but we get it figured out.
Okay.
Naren was also there, Naren, me and I. So, but we get started. We get in there. When I leave there, they ask me where I'm going, but I tell them I'll be back. So, yeah, we get in there. It's a lot of work. As you see, you're still, from season still in me working close from one thing to the next. But, it's commitment. It's my passion. I love doing it. It's something I want to do, interested in doing, and something I want to. God give me the health and strength. It's something I want to be doing.
Beyond St. Kitts and Nevis basketball, Leeward Islands OECS, how the plans coming for those?
Well,
if any.
We ain't had Libre in a while, actually. Libre used to be a Leeward Island Basketball Association. The president would come from the last president, I think, was from here. We ain't had that in a while. But what I could say, a lot of islands put on regional station, just had a March Madness tournament, 10,000 US.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted my team to take part, but when you just spend from Munster trip to come to the end of February to March, it kind of close. And then the season coming up and they want jerseys and things. So
you got to prioritize.
In terms of prioritizing, my homegrown is first. Yeah, even though the prizes go 10,000 US and so, then the total they have a tournament, I think theirs is 20 or 25,000 US.
Sure.
Yeah, so these is like a lot of islands keep like regional tournament. We have Munster had theirs. Munster was champion, like club championship. Cause we had a good amount of teams in Munster. You had Antigua had a team, Barbuda had a team, Platola had a team, Statia had a team, Munster had St. Kitts, Virgin Garda, Homies. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
wow.
Had a
team. 7 teams. That's a powerhouse thing.
And Nevis had a team, 8.
Okay.
Yeah, Nevis had a team. It was St. Kitts had a team and Nevis had a team. Yeah.
Powerhouse Boxy. And you want to got you and your sponsors again, list them out and big them up.
Yeah, so I want to big up my sponsors once again. This Saturday, the 14th of March, 6 p.m. is the opening ceremony of the National Bank Premier Basketball League and the A Division League. We have to big up National Bank, our platinum sponsor. And then we have St. Kitts Concrete, The Cable, St. Kitts Corporate Credit Union, South Beach, and Value Mart. These are some new sponsors on board. We welcome you. We appreciate you. We thank you for having you. And also to big up the sponsors for the teams, the Rams and the Sol and the different team, SL Hasford and these companies who sponsor, and those of you who miss, I don't know everybody, but Youth and Sports out of Nevis. So I want to big up all these things from all of you sponsors for making it possible. Also, we have after the opening ceremony, as you know, I tell you, new matting is being put down as of tonight. The bleachers are fixed, the bathrooms are fixed, new lighting and everything. So the opening game, 6:30, Ramsey House coming up against Kayan Lions. And then 8 p.m., big showdown, Sunny Point Falcons versus defending champions Farm Care Bodak. That's this Saturday, so don't miss it. Come on out, we're going to have entertainment. 6 p.m. Opening ceremony, games start at 6:30. We have entertainment, games going to be streamed live. It's only $5 to get you in. Can't afford to miss it.
Well, boy, Boxy, it's so exciting. I hope the whole of St. Kitts and Nevis come up and support you folks. I'll try and make it. And congratulations to you and your executive, Glenn Jeffers, and the team for putting in all this hard work. And we must congratulate the Department of Sports for coming and the Assistance Public Works in getting your courts up, because last year,
we wasn't even home.
Yeah,
we was elsewhere.
But congratulations and the best wishes for a successful tournament. Not only just the results, but the safety of the players and things like that. Let's hope you have a safe tournament as well. And we are always here for you to pop in and give us some update, what's going on and how late.
Yeah, so you're always welcome to come. I get media pass for you, so you're always welcome to come get a pass, a season media pass. I always think. Actually, also tomorrow we're gonna have our media day. Tomorrow, where we're gonna have like the handover ceremony. The 11th of March at 2 p.m. St. Kitts Nevis Olympic Committee Conference Room. Where we have remarks from the President, Sponsors Committee, and where they're going to be handing over. So all the sponsors I just mentioned is going to be there, handing over. So we're going to have an opening media launch tomorrow. Invitation attend to all media house if you're interested in attending.
Yes, I'll try. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll try to be there. I'll have to tell the lady, give me some time, ask permission. But congratulations and the best wishes, and the youth program, youth competition winding down. When the next set of matches?
Well, actually, games are actually being played tonight.
Regular season or the
we had Nevis versus Trinity, and then we have Sandy Point actually playing Bodak right now. Yeah, so actually getting the help from some of me past players, Macari and Romeo. They actually the one assisting me with the juniors then right now.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah, passing on. So.
Well, congratulations to you and the team again, and best wishes, and not only to the association but to the players. And I hope you have a very successful tournament as you have been having for some time. And sponsors, I commend the sponsors because I know how critically important
it is.
Sponsorship is, and it's never easy. You can't happen without the sponsors.
That's true. It's not easy to run a league.
No, not at all.
The expenses and all that stuff. And then, teams spend a lot to prepare for the league. And they're going to be looking forward for a little prize.
Any matches in Nevis this year?
Well, we don't keep premium matches in Nevis. If it was but Nevis is in the premier now. Them and Skywalkers was in the finals last year. Them the top two in the finals, and Skywalkers came out the champions. So both of them are in the premier now.
Okay.
So with them being in the premier now, we don't keep.
You guys need to consider it. Because
to be honest, if in the playoff and they make it to the playoff, like down in the thing, we will consider having a game over there.
Because from a football point of view, Bath is playing in the National League.
Yeah, and
Bath 18 matches in the regular season, coming down 18 times, and it's a couple $1,000 a pop. And I'm putting in a plug to have a game or two in Nevis.
Well, now once they into the playoff, we don't know we got keep it. We had junior games in Nevis.
Okay.
We had junior games. We had a couple of junior games in Nevis. We had junior games. So each junior team would go to Nevis.
I like that.
We have 2 rounds.
One round
each one have to go, and the other one they will play.
You play one home, one away, so to speak. I like that because if it's not that, the Nevis team will come down twice. For everybody, But congratulations again, Boxy, and all the best again, and have a successful thing. And I must publicly thank you for sharing the information with us because that is timely. In some associations, one, we hear about the in things after the fact, and two, even we're trying to run them down. It's like pulling teeth. But we got to bring the information to
get it out there, to get the public involved and everything.
And to get them come to the games and things like that.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot for the job
no
you're
problem.
doing.
And everybody out there in Wager Land listening, just want to welcome you this Saturday for the opening of our National Senior League, St. Kitts Nevis Amateur Basketball Association. Everything kicks off at 6 p.m. Come on out. It's only $5 to get you in. Come on and enjoy some exciting basketball this Saturday.
Thanks a lot, Boxy, and have a good night again, and thanks for being here. Okay. You're listening to On The Ball, WINN FM 98.9. We just had the St. Kitts and Nevis Amateur Basketball Association, Sean Boxley Carsley, no stranger to WINN FM, no stranger to On The Ball. What we're going to do, we're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to come back to wrap it up. Whoa, time flies. It's like almost 9 o'clock, boy. I think I have to ask management to let's go for 3 hours, 4 hours. You know what? Maybe we might do On The Ball-a-thon one of these nights, eh? Go from 7 o'clock to maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. How it sound? My producer, Raspy. Raspy must be saying, boy, we've got to be a crazy man, boy. Hey, but one night we went until after 11, you know. That was last year, May, when the Cricket Association was having the elections. We had the 3 candidates vying for the presidency, and we gave them a chance to say why I should vote for each of them and the listeners. And we gave them some good time to really set the case thing. And why we went until after 11. But anyway, stick and stay. Let's go to a break, and we will be right back with more On The Ball.
different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune in to On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Bif Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Bif Mills on WINN FM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Neva Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Neva Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Neva Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Welcome back to On the Ball here at WINN FM 98.9. And as I say, welcome back, I'm basically preparing to tell you bye-bye because we have just 11 more minutes, but we're going to maximize them. And how we're going to do that is by reading this press release from the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee, which we actually started, we referred to, and we are going to get into it now. It's dated March the 8th. St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee celebrates the transformative contributions of women in sport. That is the caption. I quote, when we give to women, the whole community benefits. End of quote. So says St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee President, SKNOC President Dennis Knight. Mr. Knight was at the time addressing a group of 30 female administrators, coaches, officials, volunteers, and athletes who had gathered at the Alfonso E. Bridgewater Olympic House at number 18 Taylor's Range, Bastille, St. Kitts, to attend the workshop held as part of the SKNOC's International Women's Day celebration. And International Women's Day, that was celebrated on Sunday, 8th of March. The workshop was also addressed by the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marcella Liebert, GCMG JP, who congratulated the women on the work that they have achieved, but encouraged them to do even more. Director of Sport, Mr. Jeffrey Hazel, brought greetings on behalf of the Ministry of Sport and lauded the significant contributions that women make across the entire sporting landscape in St. Kitts and Nevis. In his feature address, President Knight said that, I quote, investing in women's leadership and participation in sport strengthens families, inspires young girls, and builds healthier, more resilient communities, end quote. He reaffirmed the SKNOC's commitment to empowering women and providing equitable opportunities across all levels of sport. He stated, I quote, the St. Kitts and Nevis Olympic Committee extends heartfelt appreciation to every woman who has contributed to the Olympic movement. Our nation is much stronger because of you, end quote. The highlight of the gathering featured a workshop on safeguarding and anti-doping in sports. The participants were enthusiastic in their response to the program and expressed gratitude for being able to participate. The event was organized and run by the SKNOC's Women in Sports Commission, chaired by Mrs. Jennifer Nero. End of release. And congratulations must definitely go out to the SKNOC for organizing this. We have to give our flowers while persons are alive, and it was wonderful to do this. Obviously, St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association, they were represented at the meeting and the workshop, pardon me, and it was a wonderful idea, and I congratulate the SKNOC on same. And we could never say enough about the females. We always have to include them. And where we are now, we're looking at upcoming games in the Division 1, boy. It's going to be a tit for tat for your dog, butter for fat. And we're going to have round 14 that starts on Thursday at 6 p.m. Well, all the games are played at Garden. At 6 p.m. Mantab versus Kelly Garden Hotspurs. And then KFC Trinity Challengers United versus Rivers at 8. And on Friday 13th, we have CIBC Village Galaxy versus 607 Construction Large Patriots. And at 8 p.m., Connery Fireballs International versus Elko Limited Security Forces. And where are we going to? We're going to the Premier League. The Premier League, boy, that again, some tight things happening there, you know why? Tight, really, really tight. And we have round 15 that's happening. Remember, the Premier League is played on, the matches are played on Saturdays and Sundays. And for the first division, matches, double headers on Thursday, double header on Friday, and then a single match on Sunday. With the Premiership, is a triple header on Saturday. And who we have coming up, Rams Village Superstars, the FA Cup champions, the President Cup champions, and things have not been going too well for them as of late because they were sticking around the third for points, you know. They were in third for a good point, but now they slide down to sixth. So they will be coming up against struggling St. Kitts Concrete Masters, Sandy Point. And hey, what? Sandy Point out of the cellar position. Yes, both of them lost by Bath losing. Bath has now displaced Sandy Point in the cellar by a better goal difference. Both of them won one match, drawn 3, lose 10. Bath scored 10 goals, 14 goals, give up 39, so they have a goal difference of minus 25. And Sandy Point scored 8, give up 30. Their goal difference is minus 22. So that is that. Then we have Trans Global Engineering, the Eagles. These guys really struggling by. They were the first division champions last year, and they're not saying anything this year. They're coming up against Sol Island, Ottokani, Sol, another struggling team. They are Sol Connery. Connery, they're into double figures. They're on 15. But they're really safe from relegation zone, the relegation zone, you know, because Date Bay in 8th on 7 points, which is 8 points behind Connery, and Sandy Point and Bath on 6 points, and that's 9 points behind Connery. So Connery got to be careful they don't drop in. And then who we have? Old Road, the leaders. Oh boy, this is a battle at the top, boy, number 1 and number 2. Old Road playing Newtown. One thing I could tell you, Newtown ain't gonna catch them, you know, unless they lose a lot of matches, and Old Road they lose the match for the year. So they're in fine form, and they are 9 points ahead of Newtown. Old Road on 40, Newtown on 31. So it's going to be a ding-dong battle. And then who we have on Sunday the 15th, Bath versus Keon, and St. Paul's, the creep-up team, as I call him. St. Paul's coming up against Development Bank, St. Peter's. And they've been like a yo-yo kind of thing, up, down, above, below, above, below. So they are right now in, they're really up. They're in the top 4. They are 4th, ahead of Keon by 3 points and Village by 4 points. So they will have to be careful. They will have to do some work. Remember, It's the final four. The top four teams will get in. And I believe 32 points, that's the figure to get to ensure you're in. It might drop down a bit, but I believe 32 points will get you in. And a reminder that West Indies playing Australia here in 3 one-day internationals. So we encourage you to go out and support. And who we have here now, we have what we have coming up next. We touched the World Cup with India. India making light work of New Zealand. And I've heard a school of thought. Somebody asked a question if we believe that, some foul play was involved. Let me put it that way, with the New Zealand game. And person suggested that the teams should be investigated. But that's not something I'm going to get into. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, as we are now, we are now 8:58 and some seconds. We have to start thinking about chipping out now. We have to start thanking you for being with us. And it was a wonderful pleasure. And again, track and field. We have some sports days coming up. They're going to be tying up for the last few. And if I go through them again, these are the sports day that's happening. Friday, March 13th, we have Tucker Clark Primary School days at Newtown playing field. Also on Friday, March 13th, Sanders Primary School, Sanders playing field. St. Paul's Primary on Saturday, 14th March. And where will that be? At the St. Paul's Sporting Complex. And then on Sunday, still on Sunday, March 14th, we have the Carifta Trials, and Vultures High will have their sport on Sunday, the 15th, and that is going to bring down the curtains for the school track and field safe, and except for the inter-primary and inter-high school. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the end. It was indeed a pleasure bringing On the Ball to you, and we hope we were able to keep you on the ball with our information. We thank our guest, Mr. Boxy from Skanaba, for being here with us, and we invite you to tune in again next time when you'll hear more of On the Ball. But before I leave, I must encourage you to always drive to alive. Be responsible. If you're not drinking, if you're drinking, please don't drive. If you're driving, please don't drink. If you're not drinking, that is okay. If you're drinking, get a designated driver. When you're driving, you have to be patient, otherwise, guess what? You're going to become a patient. And also, please don't take the die out of drive. Please continue driving, but without the die. Always be positive in your thoughts and in your actions. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week. Godspeed.